Hello and welcome to another video as I take you through my 1970s stuff. Now, do you remember these? Did you have one as a kid? This is a 1975 fist-fighting Spider-Man by Mego, distributed by Palitoy in the UK. He's an 8-inch figure and part of Mego's World's Greatest Superheroes range. There were two strands to this range, the regular action figures and the fist-fighting figures. The regular figures were released first, and then in 1975 the fist-fighting figures hit the market. And I remember the adverts on TV which featured Batman punching and karate chopping the air. However, in reality, the toys didn't perform that well. One major drawback was the costume, which would restrict the arm movements. Now, the fist-fighting action was controlled by this lever on the back. These were black on the UK toys and flesh-coloured on their US counterparts. But by moving the lever from side to side, you could make the arms punch. Now, you might be thinking that as this is a 45-year-old toy, it may have seized up over the years. No, this was how they were brand new. Well, at least mine and my friends' toys were. If we remove the costume, then we can see that the arms do move a lot easier, and we can just unpop the costume just by taking away the little studs here. So if I just pop his arms out, there we are, and again move the lever from side to side, we can see that he is supposed to punch. Now, the mechanism that controls this was a little bit variable, and it still is a bit variable. Sometimes the right arm will move or swing wildly and the left arm may not do much, and there's a reason for that. Actually, the left arm could be popped out on the ball and socket joint, and the idea of that, it was supposed to disable the left arm and just allow the right arm to karate chop. So you can see that's kind of working. So the left arm isn't moving. But then the mechanism was a little bit variable, because when we popped these back in and then tried to do it, you see that the left arm doesn't always engage properly. So it may need a case of just popping out and popping it back in again. Just give it another go, and then both arms can sort of punch. Yeah, they never really worked like they did on the advert, sadly. But yeah, as I say, they worked a lot better without the costume on. But you know, no kid wants to play with their toys without the costume on. So yeah, it's a shame that when the arms are put back in, it does restrict the movements quite a lot. One thing actually, just before I pop this back on, the Spider-Man torso here, they did produce one in a red plastic, and to my mind that was always a lot better than the flesh-coloured one, because when the costume is put on, we can see a small amount of flesh just around the neck area, and on the red ones that obviously looked as if it was part of the costume and sort of made it look seamless. I'm not sure if the red torso was on the fist-fighting figures or whether it was just on the regular figures, but I do remember a friend of mine had one with the red plastic, and I always thought that looked a little bit better. But on the back of the toy it says Mego Corp 1975, made in Hong Kong. As I say, these were distributed in the UK by Palitoy. And the figures that I remember, there was obviously Spider-Man, there was Batman that was featured on the adverts, and Robin as well, but there was also Captain America and Lizard and Superman, I remember. The range came in, the World's Greatest Superheroes range came in two sizes of figure. There was the 8-inch figures and also the larger 12-inch. Now, I have got a Batman Fist Fighter 8-inch, and I'll do a video on that at some point in the future. And also I've got the Superman 12-inch. Now, they weren't the fist fighting. I think the fist fighters were only released in the 8-inch. One thing with the costumes though, especially the Spider-Man ones, where they were stretched quite tight, they will come away slightly at the seams. So this one's just coming away on the shoulder and a little bit underneath the crotch area there. So you can see where the fabric has got stretched. This one looks like it's been sewn up over the years, so it's probably been repaired at some point, although I don't really remember. But as I say, it's quite a nice figure. And one thing that I always preferred with the Spider-Man figure is the spider on the chest was printed on the fabric, unlike Batman, who had a sticker on his chest, and invariably that used to sort of fall off and get lost, and it would leave a sort of black sticky residue on the costume. So why they didn't print the bat symbol on the fabric like they've done with the spider here, I don't know. But yeah, it's quite a nice toy. And yeah, let's just have a little go at the fist fighting again. So you can see with the costume on, it really does sort of restrict the arm movements. You've really got to move the lever from side to side fairly forcefully to get the arms to swing. And again, as I say, the right arm is swinging and the left arm isn't really moving that much. But as a kid, well, we didn't mind too much. We used to sort of just bend the arms up like this and just sort of do that. And it looked like that they were sort of sparring with each other, but there we are. Well, thanks very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and look out for more videos from my collection of 1970s stuff.